goodness. So I was getting ready for bed, and I was just thinking, like, this time last year, I had no idea where I was going to be. I had no idea, like, anything. Like, I didn't even have a job. And it was actually 1 year ago today that I started working again after not working for so long. Because of just, my, obviously, PTSD stuff really had me messed up. But even at that point, like, I didn't know where I was going to be. I didn't know where I was going to live. I didn't know if I was going to get to stay in the other house. I didn't know, like, if I wasn't going to get to stay in the other house, like, where was I going to go? It was really, really scary this time last year because I had no, like, idea, really, about what I was going to do. And I don't know, I just started thinking about it. Like, I was in there brushing my teeth, and I was just thinking how crazy it is. Like, because now, 1 year later, and I mean, it happened quick too, by the way. Like, I didn't know where I was going to be in October, and then in January, I actually moved. January 5th, I think, or either 10th. I think it might have been the 10th. Anyway, but I basically didn't know where I was going to be. December 19th, we had our final court thing. And basically it was like, yeah, you're not going to be at the house. Like, you were definitely not going to have that for an option. So I was like, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what I was going to do. Really, really upsetting. And then within 20 days, like, I knew where I was going to go. And, like, everything just lined up really good. But this time last year, seriously, I had no idea where I was going to go. I didn't have any income, and, like, I had just started a job, but it was commission only. And it was, like, really, I never made any money with that job, actually. Like, I quit. But it was still the point that, like, I didn't have any money. I didn't know where I was going to live. I didn't have any, like, sort of an idea. And then things just started falling into place, seriously. And, like, I don't know. I just wanted to say that. I don't know, like, things line up. So if you are a person who's in a situation like that, particularly in a domestic violence situation, and you're like, I don't really know what to do, because, I mean, a lot of the stuff that I dealt with was like, if I reported him for the stuff, then I was going to be homeless. Like, that was a big part of why I put up with stuff for a long time. There's a lot of reasons I put up with stuff for a long time. I put up with a lot of stuff for a long time because I didn't know where to go whenever I had 4 animals. I put up with stuff for a long time because I truly hoped that he would change, and it really was a phase. I also put up with stuff for a really long time because I didn't, like, know where I was going to live. Like, if I didn't, like, basically do that, like, where am I going to go? Like, what's going to happen with me? Because I was so messed up, I couldn't do anything. And I don't know that that was necessarily part of his plan to, like, keep me messed up to where I couldn't function. I don't know that abusers are that smart to, like, calculate like that and, like, realize, like, hey, by keeping somebody up at night and, like, coming up and punching their pillow randomly and, like, telling them to go downstairs and go back upstairs and go back downstairs and, like, all this stuff. I don't know that people who are doing that are truly doing that to mess you up for, like, so that the next day you're screwed up, or if they're just playing mind games and that just happens to be a side effect that benefits them. So I'm not sure, but all I know is, seriously, this time last year, I was terrified. I didn't know where I was going to live. I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know how I was going to pay anything. I didn't know basically I had no clue of what was going to happen. And also because I was in the house that, was my house with my husband, or now ex-husband, but whatever. Now, whenever I was in the house, I was always on guard because obviously he knew where I was. Like, he did not know where I was, like, for sure. Like, I mean, it's our house, like, he knew I was at our house. And I mean, I had a restraining order and stuff, but a restraining order is just, as a piece of paper. So that didn't necessarily make me feel super secure. But like anytime I would hear a car that would go down the road that would possibly sound like his, anytime I would, you know, basically if I heard anything that sounded like anything in the night, like I would be just terrified. Fairby just laid down against me. But basically, I don't know. I'm just amazed at how quick things change. And I mean, things have also changed that quick for the worse for me too. I mean, that there was 10 months in a row that I literally lost literally my whole entire family. Lost both kitty cats, both dogs, and my husband. Which my husband didn't die, but you know, still like a loss in my life. The animals died, and all that happened really quick too. So I don't know why I'm surprised that good things happened that quick, but it just is amazing because I just seriously didn't know what I was up against. I didn't know where I was going to be or like what was going to happen. And I truly thought that, I didn't necessarily know where I was going to live, but I felt like it would probably be somewhere I didn't want to be. And I felt like that the only reason that I would be okay with it was because of Fairby. And, you know, obviously, like, she's my baby. Like, I had her at that time a year ago. And, you know, obviously, no matter what, it was going to be fine because we were going to be together. But I really didn't know if we were going to be together, like, living in a one-room shack off of some wherever I don't want to be area that was, like, you know, 6 hours from anything that I wanted to go to. So I really had no idea, but things worked out really well. And I ended up getting to be in an area I want to be. I ended up getting a nice home, and her hair's huge. and and everything worked out good for us. And I know it doesn't always work out that way for everyone, but there had been so much bad, and I truly just had, like, I don't know. I don't want to say I'd lost hope because I hadn't lost hope. Yeah, you see us? That's a good girl. But, I don't know. I just didn't know what to expect. And looking back, I'm just really thankful. I'm so thankful, and I'm just amazed at how good everything has worked out. And I really feel like all of my prayers were answered, and all of my, you know, everything that I could have possibly wanted happened. As far as with my living situation, obviously there's some things that, you know, that I would change, I guess, but just, I feel really lucky. And I don't know. I don't really know what the point of this was. I guess just to say, like, if you feel like everything is really, really crap and things aren't good, like, it does get better. I mean, like I had said a minute ago, I mean, there was one thing after another, like, seriously, within 10 months. I mean, and I think during that time, I don't know if I got diagnosed with PTSD during that. Yeah, I did. Actually, I got officially diagnosed with PTSD during all of the other stuff too. So, and I got freaking held hostage with a gun by my husband. So, I mean, there was a lot of really, really, really bad stuff that happened within 10 months. And then, you know, a lot of fear that took place for the following year or so. And I'm not a, like, let's give up person. Like, that is not my attitude. Like, I'm not a, I can't do this anymore person. But, like, there were times where I would seriously, it would be like somebody, and what I used to tell my therapist whenever I would go through this, it was like I would just be, like, so overwhelmed. It was like somebody dropped a box over me, and it was just like, okay, well, I don't know what to do. I like, literally, like, felt like someone just dropped a box over me, and it was, like, completely, like, dark, and basically no choice but to just lay there and, like, almost die. Like, I mean, not that I wanted that to be a thing, but you know what I mean? Like, if you've ever been through so much bad stuff in a row and just stuff keeps happening, you know, more and more and more, And then you're like, all of a sudden, I mean, it's just, you can only take so much. Your brain can only take so much. So there were times where it would just be seriously like somebody just like, boop, drop a box over me. And just, all right, well, can't do anything. But it got better. And of course, I still have bad days. And I'm not saying that everything's perfect, because it's not. But I seriously, if you told me a year ago that I was going to be where I am now, like even in a place like as nice as I am, have a job that I actually, enjoy and that actually pays me, and be where I am as far as not having multiple panic attacks a day and being able to just like function, I would have, of course, been really happy to know that, but I would have probably been like, no way, because everything was just so bad. So anyways, all right, so I'm going to shut up about this. I just, like I said, I wanted to just basically, I don't know, just share, I guess. So yeah, so if you're going through the bad stuff, stick with it. Get some therapy. That really helped me a ton. And even though I know I didn't follow my therapist's advice on every single thing that he said, like, I know I did to the best of my ability. And I know that helped me so much. And it just helped me to really like keep my head above water. And I can't imagine what my life would have been like during that time had I not been in, seeing a doctor every week, because it got really bad and scary. And I can't imagine like what it would have been like without somebody helping me who had experienced that kind of stuff, because, like I've said, the doctor that I see does that kind of stuff. Like, they only work with trauma victims. They only work with PTSD trauma victims. So, to go through that with somebody who knows how to navigate it, and like kind of knows, like, or not kind of, but totally knows how to navigate it, and like, hey, okay, so you need to do this, and these are the things to do, and really knew what to tell me at the time. So I highly recommend that if you're a person going through stuff. And also, like I said, don't feel like if you're at your worst, like it's not going to get better, because it does. And it might take a while. It really might take a while. I mean, it was from the time that all the really scary, bad stuff started happening to me until the point where it was okay again, it was a few years. So, I mean, it wasn't quick. It wasn't overnight. It took a while, and it was very bad, and it was very scary. But I just look at where I am now, and it's like, I just feel so lucky. And I'm so glad that I had a good, I guess, support system. And even though it was so screwed up, I still had a good head on my shoulders, where I knew, like, okay, keep going. So anyways, that's all I had to say. I'm going to link some mental health stuff. I'm going to link a mental health playlist and a subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.